Okay, what's up, everybody? You wanted, oh, this is gonna bug my OCD. This is crooked. There we go. Yeah, kind of. All right. You guys wanted to see how I do this. So, anyway, what I have here is the base for my little, I don't know what you call it, pinwheel deal. And what I have here is just a simple eraser that you pick up at Walgreens and a pin going right in there. And you just take the pin and you stick it in the eraser, or you can put it up through. However, you just want to make it so that it is a nice, very thin, tiny base that you can balance things on. So then what I did, and what you saw the other day, was this little piece of paper that has actually been sitting on my desk for about a year. And I think there's something to that, because you begin to energetically bond with the things around you. When I first tried this, it was with tinfoil, which I did get some tinfoil out to try it. I made a little pinwheel out of tinfoil, and I have a bigger one made out of a yellow piece of paper. And these yellow pieces of paper just come from regular 3M sticky notes. So this one, it was just very light. I just kind of cut it in half and folded it. And then what I do is I just kind of balance it right there on the base. And then I let it kind of calm down. And then I just kind of try to drop into a little bit of a meditative state, feel my energy. And you can kind of see here, it likes to kind of point at me for whatever reason sometimes. And then I kind of just try to feel the energy between my hands. And sometimes it stalls, and other times, sometimes when I move my fingertips, it really starts to go, and then we kind of get in a rhythm here. So I'm not touching this at all, and then sometimes it kind of stops. And the weirdest part is sometimes when I use my fingers like this, it seems to be more responsive to certain fingers than others. And sometimes it like repels or pushes away from my finger, and other times it will kind of magnetize toward my finger. Like in this case, it's going toward. And then other times it'll depend on my hand position, and different positions do different things. You can see the other day I really had that puppy cooking, and a lot depends on the energetic state that I'm in. So that's this one right here. Now we'll try the little tinfoil one. I just made this one the other day after I saw that video, and that woman who was the Reiki teacher suggested tinfoil because it was so light. So usually I set it up and I let it calm down. And sometimes these respond and other times they do not. And sometimes it takes a minute for it to kind of like entrain to you. There we go. And I'm not really in the best state of mind for this right now because my mind's very preoccupied, but I think you guys get the idea. And here's this other one that I made. What I do though is I try to imagine either like the energy flowing between my hands, or I try to imagine a complete state of just allowance and love, or I try to think of myself sometimes as one with the paper. And there we go. Sometimes you really got to play with it. And sometimes I get it to go back and forth. Yeah, this one's being stubborn right now, but it was really moving earlier. And sometimes when I'm in a state like this where I'm showing people or I'm showing it, I kind of have mental blocks around it. Like, oh my gosh, what if it doesn't work? So I'm kind of like mentally preoccupied. It works best when I'm by myself and I have no expectations of what's going to happen. And then I can get it to really cook sometimes. But you guys, I think, get the idea. You saw me having it really going the other day. There we go. See, in that case, the edge is really attracted to my finger. Yeah. Like, there, it's like following it. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time to really get this going. Like you really got to just sit there and kind of play with it for a few minutes, and then I back off of it and it responds, or I put more distance between my hands like that and it tends to respond. But when I'm in a really good state, I can get it going like I had it going the other day. And if you do this enough, and I've been practicing messing with this for about a year, but you get to a point where you can definitely tell it's mimicking or it's interacting with your hands and the energy around your hands somehow. There we go. And yeah, see, now we've got a nice energy flow going. There, it stopped. So a lot of it depends on my mental state, if I'm overthinking it or whatever. Best results are when you basically don't have anything and your mind is clear. Like I said, weirdly, a lot of times when it calms down, it wants to kind of point at me. Okay, well, that's about all I think I'm going to get for right now. But you get the idea. Give it a try. It's a lot of fun. It really does work. You saw it cooking the other day. So that's it. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.